about characteristics of stocks. A security that addresses the ownership of a portion of a company is known as stock or equity. This stock enables its owners to have the right on the portion of the company's assets and profits in proportion their holdings. These stocks are divided into smaller segments known as shares of the company. A security that represents the ownership in the company, such security in the stock of the company. The company issues their stocks in order to manage the liquidity and to raise funds to run the normal course of their business. The investor who invests funds in the company's stock becomes the owner of the part of the company according to their holding. So here we know what is stock. So now we are discussing about characteristics of stocks. Some features of these stocks are: stocks represent ownership, voting rights, common stock value, capability of receiving period dividends. Here are some, I'm explaining these points. First, stocks represent ownership. When the purchaser purchases the shares of a common stock of the company, it represents their ownership in the company. Single share represents the proportional ownership depending on the number of outstanding shares. For example, if the company issues 1000 shares of stock and an investor purchases 100 shares, then he would own 10% of the assets and profit of the company. Next, voting rights. The most important feature of the stock is that they come with the advantages of the voting rights. Shareholders vote in the meetings of the company for the decisions like dividend and elections of directors. Third, common stock value. When it comes to the common stock value, the value of the stock can decline and even come to zero, which makes the shares worthless. This comes with an attractive characteristics of stocks, that is, the payment of dividend. Regular dividends are paid to the stockholders of the companies. When the company goes under liquidation, the owners or the stockholders receive the leftover profit after paying the creditors and the debenture holder of the company. Fourth, capability of receiving periodic dividends. The dividend payments is the most important characteristics of a stock. The investors are largely affected by the dividend payments capability of the company. Being a stockholder, the investors have the rights of receiving the dividend payment periodically. Next, now we have discussing about limited liability in common stocks. First, profit and risk relation. Second, claim on assets. Third, right to have capital gain. Fourth, uncertain return. Have some discuss in detail profit and risk relation. The risk and profits go hand in hand, which mean that when there is a high risk in the investment of the common stock, then the return will also be high. So, on the other hand, if there will be lower risk in investing in common stock, then the profit will also be low thereof. Next, claim on assets. In the cases when the companies go bankrupt, the investors can receive their portion of investment by selling the assets of the company. So, after the company pay to the preferred stockholders of the company. Next, right to have capital gain. Any appreciation in the capital of the investors is called the capital gain of the investor. When stock is purchased, the price may increase or decrease consistently. This indicates one of the main characteristics of common stock, that when the prices increase, the investor has the right to sell the share in the stock market and earn gains. Fourth, uncertain return. There is always an uncertainty in the return of stock investment that most of the investor the companies faces, as the value of the stock is dependent on so many factors such as earning of the company, taxes paid by the company, industrial factors, or macroeconomic factors. Next, there are some types of stock: common stock, preferred stock. Here are the details of a common stock. Common stocks are a stock which issued in majority is known as common stock of the company. Common stock is divided into smaller segments representing the ownership of the shareholder in a company, and the shareholders have the right to receive the dividend from the profit of the company in portion of their holdings. If we talk about the voting rights, the investor gets one vote per share to vote for the board of the director, who is capable of taking the major decisions of the company. Next, preferred stock. The purchasers of the preferred stock are also in the stockholder of the company, which represent such ownership common stockholders which represent such ownership in a company that does not have the same voting rights as the common stockholders. The preferred stockholders sorry the preferred stockholders get the fixed dividend on their entire investment. Feature of fixed dividend to preferred stockholders is different from common stock because common stockholders get variable dividend according to the profits earned by the company. Another advantage is that in case of liquidation of the company, preferred shareholders are paid off before the common shareholders. While some stocks don't usually pay out a dividend, the return can be exponential, and as a growth stock companies grow, they can even emerge into a dividend paying company in the future. As growth stocks, there are some the stocks which can fetch you in high returns. When researching growth stock, investors will soon discover that not all growth stocks are created equal. The good news is that this provides for a multitude of both short-term and long-term opportunities when investing in the growth stock. But when it comes to the winners, they often share many of the same characteristics: a strong leadership team, good growth prospects, or an innovative idea. It is these characteristics that investors can be on the lookout for, which points we have to consider before the investing. First, strong leadership team in company. Second, probable good growth market. Third, record of strong growth in sales. Fourth, avoid overvalued stocks. Fifth, large target market. Let's have a sub discussion detail about these points are a strong leadership team in a company. Because growth companies are focused on increasing the profit and sales of the organization, so the management team is going to matter a lot. For growing a company, it requires an innovative leadership team. Without it, growth won't happen. So, growth investors looking for their next investment will want to choose companies that have a leadership team with a good track record and a reputation for being innovative. Think of Steve Jobs and Bill Gates as innovative company founders. While it may not be easy to spot the next innovator, investors definitely should do some research on the leadership team before investing any money in the stock. The last thing anyone wants is to get stuck with a company that's following the pack instead of leading, or possibly even worse, will be gone in 6 months to a year. While great leaders have been known to post short-lived success, taking a look of the company's management team before making a growth investment can be an easy way to weed out some potential high risk. Next, probable good growth market. For any such company to grow, it is going to have to play in the market that's poised for growth or is already in growth mode. If the industry is at the tail end of its growth trajectory, it is not considered a growth market. For example, today may not be the best time to invest in a personal computer hardware vendor, but it could be the right time to get in on a mobile app startup. So, in addition to operating in a high growth industry, the stock you should choose has to have a commanding market share. You don't want to get stuck with the third or fourth player in an emerging growth market. Nor do you want a one trick pony, which means investors should look for a company that will be able to sustain their competitive advantage. Is the company coming out with many innovative, successful products, or does it continue to ride its first success? There are questions investors need to consider. Next, record of strong growth in sales. While the industry leadership and market share of a stock all matters a lot, it is important to also consider the sales of the company. You want a company that is seeing an acceleration in earnings and revenue growth of a constructive quarters. The faster the growth rate, the higher the likelihood the stock will rise. After all, companies that are boosting sales and earnings are going to be attractive. Investments for are going to be attractive investment for investors. When it comes to the growth rate of winning stock, there is not any hard and fast rule. However, you do want to go with a company that has at least high double digit growth. Many high flying growth stocks are triple digit growth rates in the beginning and a slower growth rate as the company and industry mature. Diligence in accessing the growth can also be important since double digit sustained growth can be a great characteristic for a growth company. But if it is fifth year of the growth, there may be less viability. So, identifying companies with high sales growth at the onset of a market breakthrough or new management strategy can be essential. Next, record of strong growth in sales. While the industry leadership and market share of a stock all matters a lot, it is important to also consider the sales of the company. You want a company this is seeing an acceleration in earning and revenue growth for constructive quarters. The faster the growth rate, the higher the likelihood the stock will rise. After all, companies that are boosting sales and earnings are going to be attractive investment for investors. When it comes to the growth rate of a winning stock, there is not any hard and fast rule. However, you do want to go with a company that has at least high double digit growth. Next, avoid overvalued stock. Growth stocks are attractive to many investors because they are growing. But that doesn't mean you should overpay for a growth stock either. Growth investors want to avoid those stocks that have a big run up because of investor demand or because fundamentals have declined, but the stock price has not. Growth stocks that are overvalued will likely see shares decline and eventually trade at a price that reflect its current fundamentals. All of this equals bad news for growth investors. Price to sales ratio and price to earning ratio can be two good ratios to take a quick look at when thinking about a growth can be a growth stock. A reasonable price to sales with the expectation for high sales growth can be a good sign for the future stock price. A flat profit to earning ratio or a forward PE that is below the historical average can also mean the stock has a great deal more room to move higher. Next, large target market. Nobody gets rich selling a niche products to a handful of customers. For any businesses to grow, they need a large target market to hawk their wares to. For growth investors, the companies that are serving you market are the ones to go after. The bigger the pool of potential customers, the greater the chance of success there is. For example, consider Apple and the iPhone. Without a massive market, the iPhone wouldn't have seen so much continued success. So, guys, that's all for today. Please mention the queries in the comment box. Thank you for watching. Bye bye. Take care.